Okay, so we have another package. We can get the magnets off of everything. So, wow, hurry. So, this might give you an idea of what we got here. Action for sharing. Kizer. Aha. Then we got another one. Got a couple of little stickers here. Action for fun. Kizer 11th. And Action for Fun 11th 2013 2024 anniversary. It's kind of cool. Didn't show that all that came with it. And what we have is a cloth, an amazing cloth that's got a Kizer Original XL. So, for those who don't know, apparently, I'm not a huge amount of knowing myself, but there is a bunch of Kizer Originals. And you have the Kizer Original Black, Kizer Original, whatever different colors they have, and then the Kizer Original XL. And so the difference between the XL and the others is it's about, let's see, the Kizer Original is under 3 inches by how, I don't know how much, and the Kizer Original XL is over 3 inches, three and a quarter inches actually. Just the scales are completely encased. You have a barrel here, which I'd say could be used as a lanyard loop. Another one here. Blade is perfectly centered. You know, I say their scale. I think these are aluminum. Let's see. No, no, there is actual, looks like there is an insert up top. Let's get it open. Oh, and it opens nice. Um, it there's actually room for, I could put magnets down in there. I could glue magnets on the inside of these scales. Yeah. So that is, and the reason why I've got to convince myself that that is aluminum because it feels velvety. I know that's kind of weird, but it feels velvety. Like, I don't know that I, I can't explain it. Uh, let's see, Kizer number 1263, 154 CM. It is a button lock and it falls. And this is the original gunmetal XL. I don't feel a burr. Feels very sharp to the front, but not to the back. But it is shaving the full length of the blade. So, as I've said before, just because it don't feel sharp, don't mean it ain't sharp. So this is the XL version, and let me confirm. Yep, it is 3¼ inches. In your hand or in my hand, which I wear like an XL, 2XL glove. but my fingers are short. So I keep saying short and pudgy, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. That's what it looks like in my hand. And usually a lot of XLs don't fit my hand. Fingers are longer than they need to be, but they don't, they're just not big enough. So the liner, it appears it comes down to about here. And what I'm going to say is because it's got bearings in it, that liner, that little small section down to here, is hardened steel. And that's usually what you're going to want because you don't want bearings riding on aluminum. And so this right here, man, that finish is just, it's very grippy, but I've had plastic hard drives before that had that and other things that had that, and it tends to get sticky over time. It's got a very, very deep, whatever you want to call that. It gives you a very good grip and a purchase. You don't have finger jimping, but you don't really need it as deep as that right there is. You can choke up on it, and you got your middle finger in there, so it makes it kind of safe. I mean, you will get on that blade if you do some heavy jugging with that thing. You're going to get on that blade. There's no room for your finger, even a small finger, to be in there. You'd have to be very careful. The only way I would recommend, or I would want to use it ahead of this right here, would be trying to get some precise movements. Maybe to shave or cut, something light duty, not heavy duty, where I could tend to catch and my hand would want to slip forward. I think that blade's going to bite you. And of course, flat grind, my favorite thing in the world. Flat grind, and it's a high grind. It comes up real high to the spine of the blade. It is somewhat. It's a drop point, a spear point, a teardrop, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a combination of all of them. You've got a long belly in the blade, which would not be my preference for skinning, or kind of skinning is the only thing I can tell you. It's not a good belly in there, but it is a decent belly for cutting, in my opinion. I believe you can really get into a cut and work the whole length of the blade, like cutting cardboard or something like that, or even job it in, is what I would tend to do, and then work my way down to the end of the blade as I got down to the end of the box. So it is a pretty decent blade. Feels good. You can see that it is a wide blade. Let's see what the width on that is. In millimeters, it is 2.78 millimeters. And in inches, 111 thousandths. So it's pretty thick blade, and you can see the thickness comes down to the point. So it's a pretty stout point. You can get some pretty good penetration with that blade the way it is. I really like that. And I kind of like the way they've put the name on the back spine of it's been laser engraved on the back spine of the blade itself. So it's not really noticeable. It kind of leaves the blunt knife blank. And it's very unobtrusive for the blade steel, 154 cm. And then Kizer and the number 1263, which I guess maybe is a serial number or a series number or something like that. It's a very, very light knife. Wow, almost got it right off the bat. Balances right there at the end, or towards the end of the liner. And again, if I end up with some blade bounce on this, it would be very easy because these scales have lightning uh, machining inside of the scale. And the detent, it's got a decent detent. The pocket clip is about a medium, not bad. I don't really feel the pocket clip the way I'm gripping the knife and the way I feel the knife. There's, of course, being aluminum, there's no movement on the scales. And I really have no problems. Well, there we go. I got some blade bounce. But, yeah, so I may go ahead and do, because I really like the magnet mod. I mean, I can't help it. I really like the magnet mod. I think it is pretty good. And so far, it seems like the lower you put the magnets in the handle, the better it works. And I like that. So I think I may. So I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and take one side. Now it looks like the pocket clip is a T6 as well as the thumb stud, and the rest of the hardware is T8. So oh wow. So I am wrong there. So there is one set that is not T8, and that's the liner lock. Now this right here, had to break the Loctite. So let's swap out to the smaller. No, I guess those are about the same. Okay, so it seems like the pivot screw is the only one that had Loctite on it. So there's a little bit of I don't know what that is. Well, I think that's just some leftover from the casting. Let's see. Yeah, that's just a little piece left over from the casting. Strange. So, as you can see, these are hollowed out and would be just perfect to throw a magnet in. And I can get one of these magnets to set right deep down into that little recess right there and be just right. So, being as we got it down, let's see if we can check these bearings out. Maybe not. Well, you know what? There we go. So that liner is just super stiff. There's a spacer. Let me go ahead and put this spacer, pop it back in there. The way it goes, you can see that surface. So that's a bearing surface. That's nice. And let's see. That appears to be aluminum. So let's pull the blade. Let's try to pull. You know, that's stupid. Yeah, I just cut myself. I shouldn't struggle with holding the blade. That's not very smart. But I think we know I'm not very smart. Okay, so we don't have dry bearings on this one. But they need some oil. So we'll pull out that bearing. And it is... Okay, so it is captured. That's nice. So the pivot is definitely captured. Let's go ahead and take this all the way down. Might as well. Well, not all the way. I'm not going to pull the pocket clip off. I mean, there's not a huge reason to pull the pocket clip out. Other than to just do it because I can. And you can see these two right here. That's all well and good. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the magnet mod just because I can. And here's the bearing surface. And that is just marked because the bearing's been used. That pin is in there very tight, so don't be deceived. It is trying to move, so it will come out. So I'm just going to set that side off to the side. I'm going to set this side off to the side, being careful to leave the little bushing in there. And there's a little recess for the spring there. All right, so let's grab some magnets. I think by default, I'm just going to do this from now on. So the magnets are drawn together. So just take and lay them in your hand and drop them together, and you'll see how they naturally attach. And I am going to lay the opposite ends down. And these are the two surfaces that automatically came together. May not be a big deal. Who knows? I'm not really that concerned one way or another. Basically. And I think I'm going to put even more than what I normally do, because that little recess is deep and I ain't got to worry about it going all over the place. And that was just not a good idea, because I'm stupid. I don't know why I keep putting something metal against a magnet, trying to push it around. It's just kind of gooberish on my part. Now this one is wanting to move, I think, because of the pocket clip. Now I'm just going to let this one go ahead and move where it moves. That's fine. I don't care. It's going to go where Jesus wants it to go. And I'm going to let the glue completely cover it, because this is going to be, you know, kind of subpar down in the scale. There's no hold on. I'm doing something, so I can't go talking. So this is going to be below the surface. It's nothing's going to stick out. And so I probably should have went ahead and took the pocket clip off. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I want the scale to lay flat. And I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway because I want the pocket clip to quit interfering with the magnet. Because I think I do want the magnets to be as low as possible. Okay, so that takes the pocket clip out of the equation. And now I can go ahead and push the magnet back down towards the bottom. And let the glue kind of roll over the surface. Now I got it all the way down. Let's do this one. Okay, so good deal. All right. So I'm just going to let that set. Now that's going to probably take a lot more than 2 hours to set up. It is. And yes, although I did cut my finger, it didn't go deep enough to bleed. It didn't even make it through the callus, which, I mean, it almost did. That's a good 1/16 to maybe even 1/8 of an inch. It is 5:17 April in the afternoon on April the 11th. So we are going to let this set till 6/7, my granddaughter's birthday, so sometime after 7. And we'll see how well that is set up. If it's set up enough, we'll put the knife back together and we'll be right back. I'll see you then. Now, before we leave, if you like this kind of content, I would ask that you would like and subscribe. If you don't like this content, do it anyway, because you're going to see something on this channel that you like. So stick around. We'll be back, reassemble, check the fit and finish, lube, clean, and finish this job, and see how well this magnet mod works down this far. The blade does come to right about here, or the tip does, so the end of this blade will be attracted to that magnet. I may wind up needing to put another one over here or over in this middle portion, because these may be too low and it's not getting a good magnetic draw on the end of that blade. But we'll find that out when we come back. Stick around. Okay, so this is actually set overnight. And because there was so much in there to actually get set up, that it just took it a while. So let's go ahead and start the reassembly. I've already put this side in. I actually started doing it before I thought, wait a minute, you're supposed to film this. Okay, so we got that in there. Then we're going to take this bearing and set it on there. Try not to cut myself again. And I had put some of this on there, but I've been fiddling with it. There we go. And get that set down. And I'm back. This is way more lubricant than what really needs to be put on any knife, in my opinion, gun or otherwise. Alright, got the blade stop back in. Or on any knife for that matter. I'm missing something. Oh, there it is. But I'm not going to carry this. And so I feel okay with that amount. Just for kind of to make sure it's breaking in properly and all that good stuff. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and take that out because it's in my way. There we go. Now, I almost want to put some grease on there so this won't give me fits trying to go back together. And it is. I don't know why I always do these late at night. I mean, okay, so I got no choice but to try to grow some extra hands. Well, let's do this. Let me, there, that'll hold that little goober. Oh my goodness. Sucker just went. Did you see that? Now I'm going to put this collar back in there. There we go. Now, see if we can't pop all the rest of this back together. There we go. Now, keep this in mind, that button is kind of tricky. You got to have everything balanced right and going back together just perfect, or otherwise it's going to be all flippy floppy in there. So just keep that in mind. Now these had a little bit of Loctite on them. We're going to go ahead and throw a tad bit more on them. Hopefully I'll manage to splice together a decent assembly video. I apologize, but I got a short memory, and I had to go back and actually watch the video a little bit to kind of get my mind refreshed on how everything went back together. And I'll talk about that in just a second. Put a little bit on that pivot screw. Okay, no up and down. Got a little bit of side to side because I haven't got it tightened up yet. Oh, a little torque there. Little torque there. And these weren't loosened, but that one turned a little bit. And then we're going to make sure that those liner screws are tight. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get, these have a little bit of Loctite on them still, but I'm not going to re-Loctite up the whole thing. Because these knives, you know, I mean, there's only certain ones that I'm gonna carry. I've got so many knives, I can only carry so many, and I'm still working out which ones I like the best and which ones I'm gonna carry regular, and that'll kind of, I'll start a rotation of how often or how long I want to carry a knife, and then I'll rotate into the next one. So let's start. There's not any movement, but that comes to a cinch. That's locked up every which way. Now it does have some bounce. Let's see. So the bottom edge of my blade, the magnet is catching it. Because, see, well, no, it's not getting a whole lot of bite. I think I might end up putting another set of magnets in here. I won't do it right now, but like I had talked about, putting another set like in this next pocket, because let's see, where does the detent come in? It's right about there. So kind of thinking I'll probably, or I might not. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I still get blade bounce, you can see. So the Kizer Original XL. I like the knife. The knife is nice. It's cool. It's very sharp. The magnet mod, I didn't get as much out of it on this install as I have with other knives, the Drop Bear and the 2 Corgis. But I think I should have run the magnets further up here, and I think I would have eliminated that blade bounce. I mean, it still sucks it in because you can see it's bouncing, but it ends up in the knife. And I think you're going to still end up with about 100% close, even, you know, releasing your button a little bit, because I'm trying to release the, there we go. I'm trying to release the button too early. Right there, I caught, because I released the button right about here, and inertia brought it on in, and the magnets caught it. So I may add another set of magnets in this one. Like I said, because I just want some more weight to it. That's the only thing that, the only negative really, and truly, when it comes right down to it, that's the only negative I can find for the Kizer Original XL. It's a nice size knife. I like the blade size. That is awesome. But it's just so light. To be honest, the Ozark Trail is heavier. Literally, it's heavier. So if you like a light knife, I mean, this is perfect. It's super, super light, no weight. But I am going to add another set of magnets in there just because I can. Because I have everything to do that with. And I have more magnets. And it's going to also put more weight. It's going to add more weight to this knife. So I'll try to figure out exactly where I want to put those magnets. And I believe because it's acting on the blade right about in here, the bottom edge of the blade, and I think I would rather have a little more magnetic force up higher, because this blade, I mean, it is magnetic, you know, for sure, but I don't know, that has a pretty good bit of magnetism to it. I just don't like that blade bounce. I'd like to, because I like the way the Corgi, you drop it and it's closed, and you can hold the button down and it stays closed. With this one, when I hold the button down, I get blade bounce. Now it does close. I mean, that's even just barely tipping it so that it just closes on its own. See, and in there, I'm tilting it about that much, and I get a failure just holding the button. Now, if it's tilted back, you know, it's going to close. So I don't think I position the magnets well enough. I think you need to have your magnets closer down towards the front of the scale to catch more of the blade to suck it in there. So anyway, I didn't get as much out of the magnet mod on this knife. Again, I am going to add more magnets, and I'll probably tag onto this video before I go ahead and compile it and get it uploaded, just so you can see where I place the other magnets, and we'll see what kind of difference we get out of it. But anyway, the Kizer Original XL, a great knife, super, super light, but a great knife. I like the size, I like the grip, I like the feel. Even though there's no jimping on the blade or the knife scales or otherwise, it's all good. It really is. It's all good. So anyway, if you like this kind of content, I would ask that you would like and subscribe. If not, do it anyway. You're gonna find something you like on this channel. So Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.